What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy TIMBP Live. Good to see you. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for that. And hope you've had a good week. I am Perry, host of This Is My Bourbon Podcast. Got a bit of the sniffles at the moment. I apologize for that. But we'll fight through them together, one way or another. Logan Beckett, what's up, brother? Hope you are well. Good to see you. Very quiet in here tonight. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's got that post-Thanksgiving thing, I guess. I don't know. Whew. Oh, phone's dying. Got to pull it up. Got to pull up the Instagram feed on my phone. We're live over there, too. Are you Perry? Hi, I'm Tony Joey something. I am, in fact, Perry. Hello, Mike Green over on Instagram. Good to see you. Man, we got a lot to get to tonight. Going to be a busy stream. Kyle Weipert. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you folks something. Finding out last week that I had been mispronouncing Kyle's name wrong sent me into a bit of a spiral. Like one of those spirals where I have been thinking about it almost every day. And like I'm better now. I've recovered. I think that it was just an honest mistake. Oh, Mike Green said sub, bruh. What's up, Mike? I do feel better. But I do apologize. I do apologize. Playing GTA and drinking BCS 30th anniversary from 2022. Is that the one that was finished in Knob Creek barrels? The one that I broke? I never corrected you, so it's on me too. I mean, fair. You know what I really want to say, though? I think I might know what you really want to say. I think I might know what you really want to say. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, Kyle. F. S. T. Yeah, Knob Creek, Booker, Bakers, and Basil. Yeah, that's the one that I had in my fridge. Kyle gonna get timed out. That's the one that I had in my fridge, and it just slipped out of my. The world doesn't know yet. They will know. They will know eventually. It just slipped out of my fridge, and it spilled it shattered the bottle immediately. I mean, there was no way to save. First of all, there was no way to save it. But there was that part of my brain where I was like, could I possibly like sop some of this up? I'm about to do scotch tonight. Interesting. But I was like, could I get some of it up out of the floor and put it into a different container? and it was unsalvageable at that point. I'm gonna ignore him, Perry. I have two more, so you got to find your way up here. I haven't been up to Chicago or Illinois really in a while, but I miss it. I miss it dearly. But yeah, it's the other stuff that's been going on over the past week. I mean, last week was Thanksgiving. I regaled the podcast listeners with some of those adventures. So if you haven't checked those out, go and listen to this week's episode as well. I reviewed the 2025 Bourbon County Stout. And I didn't fully intend for tonight to be another Stout review. But here we are, and so we're in what I'm calling now Stout Week. Very original, I know. Might have to weasel our way to Chicago, I guess. I mean, not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, I'm excited for this release. Stoutmas. Oh yeah, Stoutmas sounds dangerous. That sounds like something that you do with your buddies once, and all of your wives get very, very mad at you for it. Really, I don't have a whole lot. I mean, I've got to save what I've been drinking recently for the podcast for next week's episode. So, unfortunately, I can't talk too much about that. But at the moment, work has been insane after the shutdown ended. Just getting back into the swing of things. It feels good to be doing my job again, as I've said previously. But yeah. So here's the deal. Doing things ever so slightly different this evening. In that I will be opening and pouring the Black Ops Stout at the top of the stream, drinking it throughout, because that's a lot of beer and a lot of stout to have. Okay. All over the course of, say, roughly an hour once we get past the news and everything. So I'll take that. That was not bad. Phil JM, Brian D Whiskey, thank you guys so much for hopping on the Instagram live streams. I'm not seeing everybody on my end for some reason, and I can only check every now and then. But I brought this up last week, a couple weeks ago. But I got sent this first can. I wound up buying more as well because I always love this release. But I got sent the first can, and through the media channel, also got sent a 375 of Four Roses small batch, which I didn't know until then that they made 375s. So I've got a pint of, well, no, this isn't a pint. Is it? Is a 375 a pint? No, it's not. It's like double, or not double a pint, but it's more than that for sure. But I'm just not used to this bottle being so small. It does make me feel like I have big hands, though. It surprised me, okay? So, gonna crack into this guy as well. Is that my glass? That's my glass. And there we go. Americans and their imperial units. Yeah, I mean it's very confusing. I would have liked a little bit more, you know. I need more clarity. Just give it to me straight, man. You know what I mean? So let's check out the stout first. It's a little, it's kind of on that the at least this year the Bourbon County Stout vibe, where it's not as intense, thankfully. There's like a big cherry note I get on the nose. Graham crackers, toasted oak. Smells really good. A little bit of coconut, too. All right. Cheers, everybody. I don't think I can... Well, I don't have it. Never mind. I'm just going to take a drink. It's different. It's different this year than it has been in the past. It's way... I lied, I'm having a VER. I might have a VER later, too. It's way more like bitter dark chocolate. God bless God bless who? Oh, the VERs. Yeah. Liquid Death. Top 5 rare character barrel code for me. It is one of mine as well. I love the VERs. Why is it so... I mean, it is very much in the realm of, like, bitter dark chocolate. I don't remember it being this flavor profile in the past. Why is it spicy? Yeah. Why is it spicy? I really remember it being not necessarily like light, but at least lighter. It's just I'm just confused more than anything. Their taste. Okay, well, Black Ops is a mythical imperial stout aged in 4 rows of small batch bourbon barrels for notes of decadent cacao nibs and rich oak. Can I copy off your homework? Yeah, but change it a little bit so it doesn't look like you actually copied. It's so funny because I'm not getting like any of that from the Four Roses itself. Like the Four Roses on its own is pretty like stock standard bourbon. Just kind of it is what it is. It's a really good thing I remembered, like the last time that I had the sniffles, that I can mute my microphone. Or like the time before that. It's just a nice thing to remember, you know? Okay. Pairing it with the Four Roses helps to take some of those dark flavors out of the profile. Tech How Girl, thank you so much for joining on Instagram. Hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week. It helps kind of lift it into not necessarily like a lighter flavor profile, but it at least gives it the chance to show more of like the like baked goods notes. I mean, it's really nice. I like it quite a bit. Not upset about that at all. Just have to get used to it, you know. Give me just a second. I just thought about something I wanted to do. What are your thoughts on agave and rye? The restaurant? The most overpriced tacos in the world? Like, they're good tacos, but man, there is no reason for them to cost as much as they do. Like, it is easy for you to walk out of there if you are one person and you've ordered 3 tacos to easily have like a $45 bill. And that's before you've ordered drinks, too. This is a crazy rant. So this is a restaurant, for those of you all who don't know. Which layout was I using? This one? Yeah. This is a restaurant that is like all about their special. It's almost like craft tacos. Like, I don't know a better way to put it other than they're super niche. Everything is good. Like, I've never had a bad meal, but it is so incredibly expensive. Okay, so like the rooster. The term cushion is also disgusting. So like the rooster, crispy chicken, mac and cheese, Nashville hot sauce, sweet pickles. Fine. But that's not like, it's not like a taco. It's white people tacos. You know what I mean? Like clearly this was, I like the food, just spendy for sure. 100%. Like this was thought up in, I mean, like the height of the trendiest, like the trendiest era of the 2010s and to the 2020s, and somehow they're able to persist. The gangsta, slow braised birria beef, Mexican rice, roasted corn, queso, and white cheddar, chipotle serrano cream, cilantro, tahini lime. That is so many. It's Guy Fieri core, dude. That is the best way you could have put that. That is so unbelievably accurate. Like, all seems good on paper, but it is so many different flavors. The Easy Ranchero, house-made sea salt tater tots, queso salsa, white cheddar, fried egg, cowboy candy. The Happy Pappy, carnitas, Mexican rice, sweet and spicy bacon, white cheddar, queso, shaved green onions, guac cushion. Stop. Stop. The hell yeah. Crispy chicken, pimento cheese, love cushion. That is awful. That is an awful phrasing. Stop it. Sweet and spicy bacon, pineapple slaw, pickles, A&R barbecue, salt and vinegar chips. It's too much. It's too much, man. It's too much. Anyway, I can't look at it any longer. Get it off. Oh, I missed the Lux collection, which I don't need to look at. Why did more people come in while I was talking about agave and rye than when I was doing the actual, like, reviewing stuff? Folks are crazy. All right. Let's talk about some news. There we go. Wow, why did that move me over? That's strange. That's the layout that I actually needed, so you could see better. But we're going to talk about some news of the week because there has been some stuff that I wanted to cover. This one made me, well, it's interesting. But Old Smoky Distillery has a Tennessee straight bourbon whiskey coming out at 4 years old and $25 a bottle. Okay. Premium 4-year barrel-aged bourbon expands the brand's award-winning whiskey line nationwide. It is interesting that they're doing bourbon and not Tennessee whiskey. $25 is a solid deal. Can't complain. I mean, I'm genuinely very curious about it. Wow, the comment just covered up my face. I don't know why that happened. It was rude. Whatever. It's fine. Can't win them all, can you? But yeah, I mean, there's nothing really indicating, as far as I can tell, that they have to put it through the. I'm making leftovers. Why are you making me hungry? Hello, Emily. How are you? Good to see you. But there's nothing really indicating that they're going through the 80 proof. Good question. Yes. There we are. 80 proof. Love cushion makes me hungry too. Kind of makes me want to throw something, honestly, Kyle. Uh, but that it's going through the Jack Daniels process. I can't think of the actual name off the top of my head for whatever reason. Right now. Minus 12 aura points. So it's interesting. I mean, Lincoln County, thank you. I kept wanting to say Nelson County, and I was like, that's not right. But yeah, I'm curious about it. I would like to know whether it's got anything to it. But overall, I mean, a very interesting prospect to have another Tennessee whiskey join the Tennessee bourbon, actually join the bunch. I don't really care about this one. Sorry. I put it on there and I was like, doesn't matter. Buzzard's Roost, celebrating Repeal Day with a parade and a new bourbon. Let me see if I can look at this better. Yeah, it's a double oak single barrel, 113.6 proof, 8 years old. This is going to be happening this week. So if you're going to be around Louisville, go and check it out. Very cool. I like this little thing. $125 a bottle. I did not hear about this until I was getting my stories together for this evening. I enjoy Buzzard's Roost. I think they're good. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what to make of this, chat. I really don't. I think it's weird. It's just so random. It's such a strange little thing that Bakers and Beam are doing. They're putting out gloves that say Baker Beam on the knuckles. And they're Bakers themed. I don't get it. I really don't understand it at all. All the power to them. But it's so weird. It's so weird. They're $40 a pop. Back in 92, Baker Beam sold his likeness for $1 to the James Beam Distilling Company, and Baker's Bourbon was created. More than anything, Baker believed in good bourbon, and that $1 is highlighted on these gloves as a reminder that there's more to life than business. It makes me so uncomfortable. I love it. It's so weird, man. What are we This is the most like late stage capitalism thing I have seen in a while. And it just absolutely sent me into oblivion when I first saw it. Like, at first I was like, do I want to cover this? And then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yeah, I think I do. I think I do want to highlight the fact that you can maybe be an owner of one of 125 pairs of Baker Beam. I don't even know, like, what the purpose is for these. Like, you go to... Dog, could you imagine... They are kind of sassy. Like, imagine the family photo shoot for Christmas where you're like, I got something to complete my look, and you're literally just in like like a flannel and jeans, and you pull out these bad boys. And howdy, what's going on, Max? Good to see you. But you pull out these guys, and you're like, your wife and mom are both just so mad at you. And you're like, no, look, it's cool. And you're like, also, I got a motorcycle. Take those off is exactly right. You're like, no, you don't understand. Like, it was $40 for these. That's cool, right? $40? Come on. Come on. Why are the kids crying? why is why is everybody mad at dad? Come on. No, mom, they're cool. Babe, they're sick. Everybody needs a little leather in their wardrobe, right? And I mean, these are accessories too. It's not like you're gonna be wearing them all the time. I mean, I might like if I get a pair of these, I might just wear them all the time. Like honestly, I mean, come on, dude. Like these are so. I won't touch you with them on. I promise. Midlife crisis incoming plus divorce if they're not taken off right away. Oh man. Hi, Chris, Whiskey Smoke Explorer over on Instagram. Good to see you, brother. These are just they're so weird. They're so unnecessary. I mean, like I said, it is just pure late stage capitalism. But you know what? If this is how Jim Beam wants to honor Baker Beam, whatever, dude. I mean, I'm not even mad about it. I'm just purely confused. Bro made $1 his entire personality is exactly right. Ugh. Anyway, let's move on. Now, I don't mean to pull from Reddit for news coverage, but I couldn't help but as I was like looking through stuff, notice this. And this is not even really news. That was the laugh I needed. It was awesome. I couldn't help but notice this post. FYI, lotteries help stores sell bad bottles. Just an FYI, this is from in the r/bourbon subreddit. Just an FYI or something to remember, just because a store places a bottle in lottery does not mean it's desirable/good. A store today by me did its BTAC lottery with a bunch of other bottles. They had a very limited edition single barrel by a local distillery for $200. The bottle released in spring, sat for months, deeply discounted. The store eventually pulled it a few months ago. Lo and behold, the bottle shows up in the lottery today back at full price. Around 10 people ended up buying it. I don't fully like agree with this take. Like, I understand what they're kind of going for here. I don't know if like outright saying bad bottles is the case. I don't even really know why I'm covering this. It just kind of like caught my eye and made me think like, well, I mean, how often do stores hold lotteries where they're trying to get rid of like picks that they can't move otherwise? I can't think of many stores that do this. And the way that this is presented is like every store does this. Am I crazy? Like, am I reading too much into this? People just don't know. There are so many options, and it's hard to trust anyone about anything, especially given different opinions. Also, lots of allocated bottles are actually terrible, at least for their price. FOMO is crazy. I mean, that's fair. But I think it does read to or at least speak to, the current burnout. If you don't know any better, maybe you shouldn't be there to buy. I think that's completely fair. Like, know how to spend your money, you know? But my point though is like we're in such a bizarre time period for bourbon consumerism where we're not even like happy with what we're buying 9 times out of 10. And the stuff that we are buying, that last one, is just stuff that we've been buying for the past, like, decade. And stupid cat feeder. Is it beeping? Maybe it isn't. Yeah, it is. It is beeping. That's wonderful. I might have to go fix that in a second. Because it is very annoying. I'm not happy with any of this year's new purchases outside of the Maker's Cast Strength. I've talked about this before, but like the beginning of this year had so many good releases, and then like the back end has been kind of dry. But so many new people come into the hobby that don't know enough since they haven't tried enough those bottles or are still developing their palates. I mean, not untrue. Yeah. And their wheat whiskey. Yeah. Star Hill Farms. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it's not unfair to say that like that bourbon is in a strange. I can't stop buying. That it's just in a weird place right now where people are simultaneously happy with what they have been able to rely on for a long time, and also so desperately unhappy with anything new that comes out. And also hypercritical of releases, new versions of recurring releases. Stuff like BTAC, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, stuff like that. Black Ops Stout is getting better. The longer it goes on. I avoided those Hardened Creek and the KC21 like the plague. I just really want to try the Knob Creek 21. I'm back now. My sister and nephew showed up. Hooray, visitors. Hello, Bag of Donuts, nephew and sister. Now is a great time to hunt deals on good stuff outside of the allocated craze. I'm looking at you, Bunnies? Bennies? EOB is an example. Okay, I gotta go fix this this cat food thing. Because it is beeping and it is driving me crazy. I will be right back. I'm going to turn the music up for just a moment. Don't go nowhere. So what happens with the cat food, automatic cat food dispenser, is it will get stuck. Like food will get stuck at the opening, and it will yell at you to fix it. Because not all the food will come out. And so the longer that I leave it, the longer it does this just beep, beep. And it does it every like 8 or 10 seconds. And there have been mornings where like I haven't gotten downstairs yet. And I'll wake up early. And I'll just hear it because the cat food will be stuck in the opening. I'll be like, I have to pee. I have to get ready. I have to make my coffee. I can't go down there and fix this thing yet. And it will get my day off to a bad start. Anyway. That's why I had to go take care of it, because I felt like I was going to have an aneurysm. Sorry for a chair stream. Bourbon Trail Runner, what's up on Instagram? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. End of Bin is their clearance section, and they do fantastic deals, like sometimes insane deals. Nice. All I have here is Liquor Barn and Total Wine, both notoriously raising prices. I do like some of the... There have been some good, like, smaller stores in town recently. Kyle. Don't get too discouraged. Shrek's in Louisville had Barrel Gold on for $99 the other day. That's crazy. That's an insane deal. My cats would love an automatic dispenser. If they didn't just plain learn how to work it themselves, they would take their clocks and fix the damn thing for good. What's up, Sugar Kitty? How are you? Your cat lets you pee and get coffee first? Mine sure as hell don't. My cats like to, when I first get up in the morning, go and sit on the counter in the bathroom while I pee in the morning, and annoy me until I pay attention to them. That's my TMI for the week. Remember when we all used to know less about each other? No, dude, that's not what I said. I said the cat sits on the counter while I pee. Jeez, and Lord mercy. Nobody can understand things. All right, let's go back to the news. Not what I heard. Mine annoying me by jumping up in bed and forcing me down the stairs with the aforementioned firearms. Little kitty Glock. Remember when I didn't know Kyle? I do remember that. All right, let's hop back into it. Also, Instagram, I apologize that my face is hidden behind the chat. When I go to share screen stuff, I'm trying to figure out a better way to make everything work. If I did it the way that I normally do it, let me show you what it would look like. On Instagram, you would not see a whole lot. You would see about half of what I'm trying to share. So I apologize. And no me. You can't even see my camera. So I'm trying to figure it out. It's a work in progress. I've made your life better. Don't shame me. Last story before we move on to the TTB labels. But not shame, blame. That's so funny. Jack Daniels apparently had a pretty rough quarter and an exceptionally bad year. And whether or not this is entirely to blame for tariffs and Canada continuing to boycott American spirits, it's largely unclear, but I do think that it is it is easy to point to it. So they lost 14% in the past quarter. and meaning $34 million. And for the first half of the year, they lost $59 million. This is coming from Brown-Forman, by the way, who earlier this year announced a cost-saving effort by eliminating a bunch of their workforce and buying back $400 million worth of shares from some of their investors in order to find ways to essentially cut corners, give their higher-ups a pay raise, and say, we're saving money across the board. Here we see that in no way, God, I love Brown-Forman, they just don't seem to know how to run business at all. And it's beautiful. Now, again, it is possible and a very good likelihood that what we are seeing, Eric J. Mo, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching on Instagram. That what we are seeing is, again, a result of the ongoing trade war and the and just insane practices that are largely out of their control. However, if they continue on this path, you mean buy back their shares from the executives they gave the stock options to in the first place? Man, who could have seen this coming? Every single day. But I believe this is Janet, isn't it? Yeah, of course it's Janet Patton, friend of the show. But she makes the point, fiscal 2026 outlook is expected to remain challenging, the company said, with low visibility due to macroeconomic and geopolitical volatility as we face headwinds from consumer uncertainty, among other factors. Organic net sales and organic operating income are expected to continue to decline for the full year, the company said. Shocker. There were bright spots, but there were not enough to dispel the overall economic gloom. The launch of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Blackberry and higher net sales of premium bourbon Woodford Reserve were not enough to offset lower sales of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey and Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Look, man, we knew it was coming. We knew it was going to happen. I don't think that we were fully prepared for this much to take place. But it was a very strong likelihood. Maybe make Jack Blackberry better. I mean, it is something they could consider. It is something they could consider. But I've had worse things. I have had worse things than Jack Blackberry. Yeah. Anyway, we'll continue to watch this as it develops over the next year. But, yeah, you can't go firing your workers the way that they did. Let's move on to some TTB labels. Macroeconomics, so don't blame them, but then organic sales are going to continue to decline, i.e. microeconomics, I guess they don't read their own statements. See, that's the thing, too, is that what they're essentially good luck, Brown-Forman. I'm sure y'all won't mess up again. No, why would Brown-Forman mess up again? Absolutely not. What you're pointing out here, Sugar Kitty, is extremely important to note too, that this is a company that just and also along with Kyle's comment, is a company that just continues to make exceedingly dumb decisions. And they never seem to learn from it. But maybe next time. Maybe next time. I doubt it. I doubt it. Anyway, TTB time. Ring a ding ding. TTB labels time. Dragon's Milk Origin Distiller Select 5-year straight bourbon whiskey, 95 proof. Not a lot that we have to go on here other than that, unfortunately. But it is what it is. That stash of backup capital has got to be tall AF. They gave huge incentives to the exact same executives to continue to work for him. Wilderness Trail, 10-year small batch wheated Kentucky bourbon. Oh my. Did the music get louder? Hello? Please stop. There we go. Big Vic, what's going on, brother? Keep the rich people rich. Yeah, surely it's going to trickle down eventually, right? I'm still waiting for it. Where's my $2,000 tariff check? Reagan still has it? Oh, dang it. Should have known. This is barrel proof. And apparently, I mean, according at least to My Daily Bourbon's comment, this is a different mash bill for their wheated. 51% corn, 45% wheat, 4% malted barley. 10-year-old, and it's barrel proof. At least on the label that we're seeing, it's 122 proof. Could change. Trickle-down economics, you give the rich more money than they keep it. Hey, that's how it was explained to me, at least. This looks very exciting, though. Love me some wheated Wilderness Trail bourbon. We've got the PGA Championship, Elijah Craig Small Batch, at 108 proof. And coming from Rick House's N&S to honor historic Newtown Square in Pennsylvania. I hope it slaps and claps Bulby style. Dude, I am happy I get that reference. I don't know how many other people do. Oh my God. Ain't no way brothers pulling out the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius references in the chat. Holy moly. Yes, Wilderness Trace believe I now have a tour at Buffalo Trail next month. Wilderness Trace was actually their original name. And they got sued for it being too close to Buffalo Trace. An actually unique take on Elijah Craig. Yes. I knew someone from Newtown Square in college. But Bulby not wearing underpants. Why does that live in my brain? Here's the part of the show where we just start referencing Jimmy Neutron. Only one of us can trace. Yeah, it was a very dumb thing. But no, I like that they're finally doing something different with this this PGA release. I haven't been a super big fan of any of these so far, so we'll see if finally they can do something different or something actually interesting and enjoyable by bumping it up to 108 proof. I hope so. Question mark? We'll see. Bulby, we'll see. Slap, slap, slap. Clap, clap, clap. Imagine if they did a redo on that 15 now. I mean, they still got time. They've still got time. New A. Altshuler. 19-year-old bourbon aged in New American White Oak and New Giant French Oak. 108 proof. That's what I'm talking about. Bowlby a legend. Oh, man. Aged 19 years in New American and New French Oak. The third pull from this giant oak barrel reveals the whiskey's full voice, rich, layered, and endlessly deep. Distilled in Kentucky. Don't know where this is from. Yes, these guys. Yeah, Woodwork Collective. Stuff's good, man. I like it. I'm sure I'll get to try it eventually. Wait a second. I need to look at something real quick. Where are you? There you are. Fixed it. Stroganovsky for president of Brown-Forman. I bet that'll fix it. Vertical Series Rye from Pinhook. Whoa, my brain. Saw that 10 here Pinhook at Liquor Barn today. Nice. 100 proof. There you go. Tis rye time. Bowlby would slash these prices for sure. Why do I have a Bowlby impression? Why do I remember what Bowlby sounded like? Why does it always go to Jerry Seinfeld? Nulu small batch. Reserve. 103 proof, apparently. Finished for 6 years. That can't be right. That's a crazy time to finish any kind of whiskey. Blended with high rye bourbon mash bill sourced from Indiana. We handcraft each batch for balance and flavor. So yeah, in Indiana. Because he's a banger, a true legend. Yellowstone, 250-year American anniversary edition, I guess. Single barrel, bottled in bond. Interesting. 100, yeah, 100 proof. Cool. I've been finished for at least 6 years, brother. I feel that. Out of touch label releases for 5,000. Three Floyds. Continuing on with their foray into distilled spirits. 4-year straight malt whiskey called It's Not Normal. Okay, 80 proof. And a 4-year-old bourbon. Sure looks like something. Yeah, I don't have much to say about these. They look... ...80 proof bourbon. And it's just... more MGP. Dog, if this isn't 75-21-4, I will be surprised. Like, genuinely surprised. A new Hotel Tango, which I haven't heard anything from these guys in a long time. Made for straight edge hardcore guys. Nah, man. I don't drink whiskey, but I'll buy the bottle because it looks friggin' rad. But I'm going to put it in a safe because I don't want it to be tempting. I don't want to feel the pull. That 4-year bourbon is MGP. I thought it for years it would be theirs by now. Okay, so back to Hotel Tango. I liked their bourbon back when it was just 2 years old, and it's at 4 years now. So I'm curious what it would be like. And it's Middle West. I don't know. I thought at 4 years it would be their stuff because their malts are their stuff. I don't know. I mean, it would make sense. But here we are, man. I mean, nothing makes sense. I am genuinely excited for this. I do like Hotel Tango quite a bit. I've never done anything with them, but I need to. Bad Santa Rye. Huh? It's a Krampus, I guess. Kinda. 108 proof. A blend of rye whiskeys finished in a spice rum barrel. It's got a poem on the back. I don't want to read that. Also made for straight edge hardcore kids, 1000%. Be careful, Billy Bob Thornton's going to sue. Oh, without a doubt. I don't know why they couldn't. The artwork on the label is freaking cool. Thanks, Troy. Troy loves that. Why did that get me so good? Oh, man. T-Roy. T-Roy's not here for a long time. He's here for a good time. Luxro Single Barrel Estate Ride Bourbon Mash Bill. Kentucky Straight Bourbon. This is nothing. Estate Ride Bourbon. What's the hidden comment here? Oh, dude, chill. Calm down, brother. It's all right. You don't have to buy everything. Our award-winning rye mash bill of 78% estate-grown corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley has earned its place as a bourbon lover's favorite, but this expression ups the ante, made with number 2 yellow corn, grown on site at Luxro in an 11-acre blah, 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 blah. 107 proof. LOL, same. I mean, I know this is going to be like $120. I mean, it's just how Luxro operates, but I'm not too fussed about it. 10-year-old Old Louisville American whiskey, finished in a Pedro Jimenez sherry cask, uncut and non-chill filtered. There you go. New Bardstown Distillery Reserve Cascadia Gariana Oak barrel finish blend of straight bourbon whiskey, finished for 10 months in Gariana Oak barrels, 116.5 proof. Claiming Heaven Hills mash bill is their brilliant idea is great, but you don't understand. It's estate grown. It's estate grown, Kyle. Don't you get it? It's estate grown. They've done something different, Kyle. Anyway. They can't sell Ezra's, so shift to the premium label. Well, I mean, yeah. Weren't they sourcing from Heaven Hill anyway? So, of course, they would be using that mash bill for their own product. 116.5 proof. I said that already. Finished in hand-harvested Gary Oak barrels from Oregon with a custom 3-hour toast. That's what makes it even funnier. 80% Kentucky 10-year. Cannot read the mash bill to save my life. Oh, wait. No, maybe. 70, 18, 12. There we go. 12% Indiana 10-year, 75, 21, 4. And 8% Kentucky 9-year, 74, 18, 8. Is that what that is? That whoever submitted this did it on a printer from 1983. That's UK's thing? What do you mean? Estate grown? Kinda.
And now we move on to the two labels that I'm the most excited for that came out not just this week, but today.
Old Granddad 114. I'm getting choked up. I'm sorry. Chad's a hater for this. I don't know why he got so butthurt over this, Doug. Shut up, Chad, and just be happy. I'm allowed to ask questions. So 7-year 114 proof, Old Granddad single barrel, patiently aged for 7 years. Do you want me to be honest with you for a second? We're gonna whoop him. But is it bespoke? It feels bespoke. I had a small dyslexia moment, which again, not diagnosed, as I've said before, but maybe. I somehow combined and then separated in the span of about 2 seconds, patiently aged, and read it as apparently aged for 7 years. And then I was like, that's not anything. Why would you say apparently aged for 7 years on your own bourbon label? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, so high rye mash bill, of course, same thing they use in Basil Hayden, same thing they use in Baker's. I'm excited for it, man. I can't not be. I love the high rye mash bill. I love Granddad 114. And seeing what a single barrel would look like at 7 years. It's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Chad can kick rocks, as far as I'm concerned. Now, as exciting as this one is, I did have one more. Wait, I gotta like it. That made me feel a certain way that I haven't felt in many years. But to know that my beloved, my adored, my once thought completely gone, but finally returning, Knob Creek 12-year cast strength Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey is returning. Doth hath returneth. I am beside myself with excitement. I'm almost speechless over this because the gift that Jim Beam, that Knob Creek has given me with this release, exceptionally hard for this one. This was my bourbon of the year when it came out first. I had so many bottles of this. There was a period where I said, I don't care how much it is. I mean, I wasn't going crazy. But like I'd see this for like double retail and I'd be like, yes, I am absolutely buying a bottle of this. I'm so ready to be let down. I am too. I don't even care anymore. Like, just one good thing. And I want to hold on to the feeling of hope that I got when I saw this label and a single tear rolled down my face. And I quietly said to myself, well, my house was empty today. It can't be. Beyond excited for what Beam is doing and continues to do. Having tried the one of the Hardin's Creek releases, that was a miss for me. I just really hope that this lives up to what my my nostalgia for this product is. Because this has the potential to send me into complete and utter bankruptcy. I could lose my house. No, I'm just joking. But I am very excited for it. Genuinely. Who's to say what the actual cast strength is going to be? I'm hoping it's going to be above 120 and not like a 118 proof or something. But it's just so beautiful. It's beautiful. The free spirit. 121. I don't care. It's 12-year Knob Creek. If it's 121 proof, I'm gonna be happy. I'll buy a couple. I'll buy more than a couple. I'll buy 3. Heck, maybe even 4. If I'm feeling some kind of way that day. And this is the last one. I don't even really care that much after all that. This is Penelope Madagascar. It's bourbon finished in cognac casks. 95 proof. It's pretty, I guess. No, I mean, it is actually genuinely very pretty. Let's buy a case together. I would be more than happy to do that. And that, folks, is all the news that's fit to print. Back to Stout Week. Stout Week! But are you prepared for its $150 or higher price tag? That's the real question here, is how much is it actually going to cost? And I do think that I am afraid of the 150. I do expect it to be in the 150 range. Like, we had it so good. Oh, my keyboard's asleep. Beam been Centaurian around, and we've been finding out lately. Year cask strength. Was it $100? No, it was not $100. This guy said 93. Because I feel like when it first came out, Baker's 13 is 175. I feel what I'm getting at is that I feel like when it first came out, it was like $75. Oh, it was 90. $90 MSRP. That's different. The Hardens Creek 11 was 170. Yeah, $190. I definitely didn't remember it being 100. $78. Smooth for 115 proof. Well made. Homie, you reviewed the wrong whiskey. At no point was Knob Creek Cast Strength a 115 proof, or a, what do you say? Yeah, 115 proof bourbon. I think we're cooked. I think it's going to be 150. There's no way that it's going to be. There's no way that it's going to be 120 because the actual. Well, maybe it will be 120. Because the thing is, like, they're pretty good. 120 would be a dream. The thing is with Knob Creek, they're usually pretty good with pricing it appropriately. Like that is their one shining example of knowing how to price their bourbons. It's like they have horse blinders on with everything else. And I don't know why. 85 makes sense with 12's MSRP. But if we're looking at what it has been historically, and if it is actually $90 or was $90 when it first came out, there's no way it's not going to be higher. Don't be surprised if it's 180 because it's cast strength. I don't think it's going to be 180. I think 180 is too high. I'm willing to bet that it could potentially be 160. But I don't think it could get as high as 180. My range is going to be 120 to 160 as a guess. If we're lucky, and Beam winds up treating this as a re-release as opposed to a new release, and they know how pissed people will be if they do wind up putting it out for a higher price, and a much higher price than what they did previously. We likely could see it at maybe 110. I think the bare minimum could be 110, but I think the reality, you guys are too low. I'm going as high as I can, so I'm not let down. Boys are allowed to dream, Tony. Hey. But I think genuinely, we're gonna be more in the 120 range. That is my. Oh, what happened? Why did I yawn? That is my official guess. Put it on Polymarket. What is this? What? Okay. This was on Reddit. This is weird. So this is like a sourced bourbon. Better than Beacon 24 GTS, the most bourbon I've ever had. Cheers to the best bourbon of 2025. Knob Creek 12-year cast strength, 135.74 proof. So obviously it's not Knob Creek. It's a sourced 12-year from somewhere. I mean, it's Beam. Bourbon Bill has a video about it on YouTube. If you can get past his theatrics, it seems to be some of the best when it comes to Knob Creek, and no doubt Whiskey of the Year competitor. Yeah, honestly, one of the worst labels I've ever seen. I don't think we're as cooked, given I'm seeing 10-year Knob Creek cast strength picks for 70 or less. Honestly, Max, not a bad point. The things you're saying are reasonable and correct. but since when are prices reasonable and correct anymore? I mean, Tony, you're not wrong. Tony, you guys both, Max and Tony, are making very valid points for both ends of the spectrum. I don't think it's. I mean, this is not the point that Max is making, that it's going to be like $70. But I truly don't think that it's going to. I would be so surprised if it was at $300. $1, Bob. Does anybody want to put in their $1 guess so they can inevitably be right when the time comes? Going once, going twice. Isn't it crazy how a $150 bottle pre-pandemic felt steep? Yeah, it's those post-COVID, math makes you feel like you're going a little crazy. So this was out in Arizona. Thanks, Pandy, for killing. Thanks, Pandy. I'm going to get a friend out in Arizona so I can just have them send me stuff they find. Because, apparently they had BTAC just out in the wild. At Walmart. Yeah, that's what you do. You go to Walmart for eggs and bananas, and you come back with 2 bottles of Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. That's crazy. That's insane. Why is it in the baby diaper aisle? Oh, okay, that's what that is. So, for anyone who doesn't know, and this is what Kyle and I were going back and forth about earlier. Rare Character has a series of barrels called VER. You walk in, find it on the shelf, but realize you don't have enough money, so you hide it somewhere else in the diaper aisle. Yeah, but then you've got somebody like me who walks in and is like, "What's this doing here?" You're like, "You're coming home with me." Yoink. But they have a barrel code called VER that may or may not be associated with a particular distillery that has 4 flowers. The Starkeys are in Arizona. You're right. A very good point there, Emily. In some way and or shape and or formation. So I wanted to actually it's New Mexico. Oh, it is New Mexico. You're right. Tony's right. Tony's right. I haven't had a VER in a minute. He's always right, the most right I've ever seen. And I never get tired of hearing that. I didn't want to do it. I don't want to, but I have to. I'm just going to take a little nap in my cabinet meeting. Nobody look at me. I'm going to fall asleep right here. I'm a little sleepy boy. Somebody give me milk and cookies and my pillow and my blankie. I'm tired. Honk shoe, me, me, me. I'm going to try my micro cast strength Kentucky blend again. You should. I hope it's gotten better. Kyle did a here, I'll pull it up. Show everybody Kyle's blend. Maybe. Why won't the picture open? Hello? There it is. Brother, come on. Hey, Clifton's here. Hello, Clifton. How are you? Good to see you. So this was Kyle's blend. Little mix of stuff. Little Barton, little turkey, little beam, little Heaven Hill. And he said last night it was not very good. Allegedly, yeah. Buying whiskey based on labels alone. Watch him tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific. Or 7 p.m. Pacific. Forgot how times worked for a second. Yeah, what happened to you drinking scotch tonight, Kyle? Should be an interesting one. I'm curious. Now I got to look and see what it is that you bought. Cliffy. I only recognize one of these. I only recognize Never Say Die. I've never heard of Abduction. I've never heard... Well, I guess I've heard of Old Soul, but I've never seen this label. Do I know Hughes Bell of Bedford? Do I know this? It looks kind of familiar. The Abduction one is crazy. What an insane label. I just bought a few that caught my eye in liquor stores lately because of the labels. I mean, this is a great idea for a stream. Hughes is a Justin's House of Bourbon pick? Really? I love non I love phrases that have absolutely no meaning on whiskey labels, like extra age. Like, I know that they have meaning, like, as it stands, but when they're put onto a whiskey label, it makes no sense. Like, give us something to work with here. How much extra aged? It's annoying. I don't like the screen share function in StreamYard. Extra old handcrafted small batch. We picked all the grains, and we smelled them ourselves. Nose on the blend is so much better now. I am absolutely an advocate for when you're doing like home blends, letting it sit for at least 24 hours. And stirring. Always stirring or mixing, shaking, whatever. There we go. Emily's got the link for you. Come see Label Chaos with Cliffy tonight. It's hard to believe, Clifton and Tony and Kyle, that the It's Bourbon Night meetup was 2 weeks ago already. Ugh. Last weekend felt like kind of a blur. That weekend felt like kind of a blur, and I wasn't even there for most of that. It just went by so quickly. November was a blur. And now, and I mean, I said it on Patreon, which, by the way, you want to support the show, patreon.com/Bourbon Podcast for as little as $1 a month, $5 a month, get you bonus content every single daggone week, and other stuff too. But I just can't believe we're in the last month of the year already. I gotta start buying Christmas presents. Clifton should have posted that one himself, and someone needs to learn me how to do it. I'm still a baby wrench. Kyle specifically banned you from using that phrase. Oh, did he say it? You're being blood. Does Clifton know the story? I mean, we're not gonna reveal it just yet. All in due time. Yeah, it's the Kyle that was at the meetup. Tony and I hung out with Kyle at Mere Twin Brewery on Sunday before I took Tony to the airport. There is a story. Nobody knows the story, and nobody's revealing the story because there is no story. There is a story. That's so funny. Continue. Am I supposed to tell the story now? Should I tell the story now? I could tell the story now. Tony, is there a story? So when we were hanging out at Mirror Twin, better be a different story. We were looking at the menu. They have a kind of a roving restaurant. We shared sandwiches. We did. Kyle got the buffalo chicken, or not the buffalo chicken, the chicken bacon ranch, and I got the Cuban. And we went splitsies. And Kyle and I were looking at the menu, and they have a cheese bread there. And the food place that they have, and that's the story. Story's over now. The food place is called Don't Mess with My Boy. Hi, Papa Ritter. Called Rolling Oven. And they do fire. What do they call it? What do they call it? My brain is fried. Wood fired pizza. There we go. Papa Ritter, stop yourself. Yeah, wood fired oven. And like I said, they have like a cheese stick option on the menu called Fat Sticks. Made with olive oil, shredded mozzarella, crumbled bacon, and a side of red sauce. And Kyle and I saw this, and we both started cracking up at it. And we said it sounds like the name for an Italian mobster. And Kyle goes, well, the closest guy to us who sounds like an Italian mobster is Tony Bag of Donuts. He's like, it's Fat Stick Tony Bag of Donuts. And yeah, it sounds like The Sopranos. So, and you don't call Tony that. Don't call Tony that in chat. This stays here. But Kyle and I found it very funny at the moment. Please don't call Tony that though. That's we were not trying to make fun of him or anything. But when you're a couple beers deep, yeah, please don't ever do that. No, seriously, don't call him that. Ugh. Anyway. It was a you had to be there moment, I think. But the do you want the look at these though. Yeah, it was hard to Kyle could not recover. Wait. Lucy found a picture of it. I don't know why I'm not following Rolling Oven. Tony immediately said you have to forget that. You can't just drop a nickname and tell us not to use it. At the present, my high school is in the Tennessee State Football Championship, and we're up by 3 at the half. Go Baylor. I know there was a picture of the Fat Sticks somewhere. I don't remember. Oh, Lucy was able to find them so quickly. Anyway, they looked fantastic. Oh, man. It's honestly an endearing nickname if you think about it. I mean, it is kind of like, there he is. So you've already told Lucy and Pop Ritter and the internet you're a great friend. Tony, you know I love you. Taylor Swift's playing the halftime show at the Tennessee State High School football. Kept recording the stream audio. We'll delete the VOD. How did everyone's Spotify Wrap / Apple Replay go this year? So, here's the funny thing about my Spotify. I don't use my Spotify. My wife uses my Spotify. And so every year, my Spotify Wrapped is not reflective of my actual music listening at all. I wind up listening to Apple Music more than anything. And unsurprisingly, Tyler Childers was my number one artist on Apple Music for 2025. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can get. Yeah, Apple Music has a version of it too. Yeah, and that was what I relied on more. Although I did, of course, look at my Spotify Wrapped for listeners of the podcast there. I was going to pull it up for tonight. I think I'll pull it up next week and talk about it. Because there were some really interesting insights. Perry only listens to Baby Shark remixes all day. Dude, did you see? Okay, Clifton, this is really funny because there's the one comic artist, excuse me, who basically made that joke. And he's gay too, but he oh, here it is. Oh wait, no, that's just my that's just the playlist. I want the actual like replay. Oh, here. What is his name? Adam Tots? But he basically made that exact joke. Yeah, here we go. Yay, my Spotify Wrapped is here. I know what you are. Gay, 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 gay. Gay, 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 gay. Minutes listened, gay, top genre, gay. Gay pop, gay rock, gay country, gay. You are gay. My listening age, gay. It cracked me up. That's me. I just checked my Spotify. It's so wildly wrong. It's not even close, but I did listen to 8 days worth of music. That seems. My listening age was 69. There's another content creator that I follow. Let me see if his story's still up. Austin Show. And he literally listens to like only music from the 50s and 60s. No, I don't think his story's not up anymore. And I mean, he's 30. And his listening age was 83. I was like, dog, what are you doing? That's not what I want. I have my moments where I crave some 50s or 60s country folk music. It still doesn't outdo the gay, though. The gay is very funny. This is my... Oh, is it going to play the... low-key love Buddy Holly. I love Buddy Holly. Genuinely. He recently was just Austin Show was just singing Quando Quando by Engelbert Humperdinck, and it was hysterical. This is my... Oh, I have to sign in. Give me a break, dude. Give me a break. Give me a break, dude. Let me sign in with my password. This is so stupid. I'm on my Apple device that it's telling me you're signing in to a new Apple device from. Hold on, bring back the fat sticks. No, shut up. This was my Apple Music replay. I swear I listened for longer than 4,318 minutes. I wanted to go back. And 101 artists. Top artist was Tyler Childers. I'm unsurprised by this. He put out a new album this year. I've listened to it a bunch. Like every time I got into the car and I wanted to listen to an album, it was Snipe Hunter. And I listened to a bunch of Anderson .Paak because I listened to him in the gym. Top artist by month: Anderson .Paak, Tribe Called Quest, Tyler Childers. April to June. Listen to some Goose. Oneida. It's true. I heard it 2 weeks ago. That is true. Tony did hear it 2 weeks ago. 47 albums moved into rotation. But one album took over the top spot. See? Snipe Hunter. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it, folks. How did each genre stack up? Country somehow. So there you go. That's my Apple Music. Oh, I love Sam Cooke. Yeehaw. Have you seen the guy that does... I share it with Kyle and Chad all the time. But it's the guy on TikTok or Instagram who does, like, what if this song or this artist was British? And it's always just him, like, inserting in it and beans into everything. Like he did, what if Alan Jackson was British? He just did, what if Mariah Carey was British for All I Want for Christmas Is You? I don't want to get clapped on Instagram or on YouTube, or I would show it. But very funny. Literally will just insert in it into like every sentence if he possibly can. All I want for Christmas is beans. Man, there were so many people who showed up on Instagram tonight. All right. I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. Folks, Appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Next week, I don't know. I don't know what's going on next week. Okay, fine, bye. Oh, by the way, actual review. It's very good. It's not as stouty as other stouts, of course. Also, this is the link for Clifton's live stream. He goes live in just over an hour. Go watch him. Reviewing the last 30 seconds. I've been drinking it throughout the stream. Give him thoughts. I did it almost. It's close enough. I'll be less toxic there. It's less stouty than your Bourbon County Stout, but still fantastic. Get you some. Pair it with some Four Roses. Or maybe some VERs. Do all the stuff, like, share, comment, subscribe. Follow the show at My Bourbon Pod. And support the show. My Bourbon Pod, or excuse me, patreon.com/My Bourbon Podcast. And I'll see you next week. Till then, though, I'm Perry. It's been TIMBP Live. Go listen to the podcast, too. See you real soon. Bye-bye.